Hello everybody, here is Alin Vlad with Advanced Communication. I am Alin Vlad, Oracle Certified Java Professional living in Romania, a teacher, programmer and spiritual leader. So let's start. Assertive speaking, or the art of expressing yourself directly, positively and with confidence so that your point comes across clearly and you maintain respect towards others and allowing and encouraging others to do the same. You have to think before you speak. Make the safest assumption of them all, which is that the other person means well. Communicate first, act second. Check with the people involved first, making sure that everybody is on the same page before you take action. For example, yes, that was my mistake. Let me explain why I disagree with that point. Take responsibility and initiative. If something needs to happen, you have to take the initiative to get the process rolling. Don't wait for others to say what to do or when to act. So the assertive approach is action-oriented. Show sincerity. You say what you mean and mean what you say, and do so with respect for others. An assertive speaker takes a problem-solving approach. You have to examine the problem, not to blame or find fault with anyone. So creating the solution becomes the main focus in working with others. An aggressive speaker demands or orders to get what's needed, but an assertive speaker asks for or requests what's needed. Continuous respect. You have to take a long view to your working relationship. So treat everyone with unconditional respect to build more partners and allies for the future. Disrespectful actions received are not met with disrespectful actions in return. Tending the speaker means shifting your attention from yourself to the speaker and focusing on what the speaker has to say, not what's going on inside your head. Steady eye contact is a relaxed look, not an intense stare down. A common pitfall is displaying a blank look, a passive expressionless look with no emotion. It leaves the speakers wondering what, if anything, is getting through you. Like, is anybody home? Am I speaking to a wall? It's good when playing poker, but when you need to express an important message, you have to have emotion, feelings for your own message. If you look disinterested, others will come to feel that way fast. The meaning of a message are facts plus emotions. So another pitfall is being monotone, when the tone in your voice comes across bored or disinterested, dull and lifeless. Like somebody says something very exciting and you say, oh, that's nice. So a monotone response can quickly deflate a speaker. The act of reflecting feelings is very important. It's checking your perception of the speaker's feelings in the message to understand the emotional meaning being expressed. So what you have to do is state the emotion you perceived, use the word you, and your voice inflection should pick up at the end like a question. If you can't use your voice, you can add statements such as, is that right? For example, sounds like you're excited by that opportunity. Is that right? I sense you're irritated with Dawn. Is that correct? This is how you reflect the feelings in a message in communication. Show empathy, not sympathy. Empathy enables you to show an understanding, not necessarily expressing sorrow for the speaker's pain. Avoid, I understand how you feel, because people don't like that. You seem superior, and it's not good because you made no effort to acknowledge or check the emotion the person has expressed, using reflecting feelings. So identify the feelings and facts are the keys from moving to sympathy to empathy. I'll spare you my pity, instead I'll give you respect and understanding. What you say is important, but often how you say it carries more weight. So emotion, body language and tone of voice are very important. Emotion is what engages people's attention as they listen to you, or if you don't have emotion, cause them to disengage and not to listen. So channel your emotion in positive ways for people to tune in. Confident means a sense of certainty in what you have to say. Animated means you're alive while you say it, and relaxed means you're at ease while talking. The idea in expressing yourself assertively is to show positive life through your facial expressions. Hand gestures. What's wrong with using your hands when you say something? It's nothing wrong. It's more dangerous if you don't use no gestures at all, because you can bore other people. You can appear stiff or timid without using gestures, so it's not an assertive thing. And you want your posture, facial expressions, and gestures to come across as confident, animated, and relaxed. Vary your volume for the situation. Go a little louder in group situations and then turn it down slightly for one-on-one interactions. Show inflection in your voice. You have to have variety, modulation in your pitch. So modulation makes your voice pleasant to listen and conveys energy in your message. Your rate of speaking should be somewhere between too fast and too slow. Insert pauses occasionally in your message. What's your hurry? Think before you speak and allow yourself to get the chance to breathe comfortably for enhancing your message. Conflicts. You have to be constructive. Keep your tone sincere. Speak positive. Don't debate or attack. Emphasize what you disagree with and not only the fact that you disagree. And offer alternatives. To get the listener's attention requires to express your message in a positive and confident manner. If you don't show interest and certainty in your message, how can you expect others to want to hear it? You can minimize disengaged actions and maximize engaged actions by helping listeners to sense your enthusiasm, enlightenment, and interest. While you don't control others, you do greatly influence them. When you take control, you have the greatest opportunity to assert positive influence with others. In conflict situation, using your positive influence to be on the constructive track and achieve the outcomes you desire. Discomfort. Unfortunately, when people feel discomfort with something or someone else regarding an important issue, they avoid dealing with it. So the key to conflict situations is recognizing that comfort isn't part of the equation. Give yourself permission to feel uncomfortable. Then focus your attention not only on your comfort level, but rather on how to best to resolve the issue with the other party. Ultimatums. They have the tendency to be received as harsh demands or threats. If you don't stop or do this my way, this is what I'll do to you. So they push power, not a reason. They create animosity and defiance. Is not a good thing. How to change the ultimatums to something better? You have to invite the other person to work together to find a solution. So let's figure out a way together so we can both feel good about the situation. Express the consequences as natural outcomes. Don't use it as threats. Don't say, do this or else I leave or something like that. You must say, if you continue, I'm concerned that it might affect our relationship and I really want it to work, to be good. So natural outcomes instead of threats. Use positive reinforcement. Focus on what behaviors you would like to see. Ask open-ended questions. Encourage dialogue. And express hope for the future. Show optimism and express a desire for a positive outcome. For example, I really believe we can work through this together. So don't threat, be positive. Conflicts. You have to let your good intentions be known. They must be expressed. You have to say them in one sentence, in a sincere tone, in a positive language without trigger words. So define the positive outcome you're seeking. If you're a competitive person, conflict situations aren't the right opportunities to show off your competitive spirit. They might invite adversarial or aggressive reactions. and you both lose. So if you want to compete at anything during a conflict, compete at demonstrating the ability to listen and understand the other person. Describing the good behavior seen instead of just saying good job, it has greater impact to the receiver. So, if you want to maintain self-control in conflicts, talk about your feelings. I know it's hard, but if you talk about your feelings, it's much better instead of display them like being angry. You can say I am angry and they will understand better. So the key to resolving conflicts is moving toward the solution stage. Don't talk at length on the problems, just move ahead as quickly as you can toward working on the solution. Talk benefits. Some people need to hear the benefits to be convinced that the solution is a good one. So benefits are the gains that can be made from the ideas, not how the ideas work. Benefits can be saving time, saving money, etc. So have enthusiasm in your own style, whether you are low-key or full of energy. You come across as animated if you have enthusiasm. You sound alive and interested in what you have to say, and as a result, make the topic interesting and worth hearing. And vary your gestures, because if you do only one or two, people will remember that. So if you stick with the same gesture or two throughout your speech, they will lose their positive effect. So do a lot of gestures instead of just one. Stand tall, stand at your full height, not leaning down or hunching over. And when you talk to customer, if they sound neutral to lively, you sound upbeat. And if they sound worried, angry, or upset, you sound concerned. The key to diffusing the tension is to show the person that you care. Now the humor part. Humor often adds a nice touch to important messages. When done well, humor eases the tension and relaxes people. Your receivers laugh with you and not at you. They don't feel as though you're laughing at them also. And don't try too hard to be funny, because the sense of importance of your message often is lost and you won't be taken seriously. When humor is forced, it tends to lose its positive effect. Personalize the interaction. Get the customer's name and give it your name too, because now you know each other by name and you're not two relative strangers anymore. It helps diffuse the tension if you use the names and creating a comfortable atmosphere. In interviews, make a good first impression. Give a warm greeting, get your interview's name up front and use it, speak with energy and engage in conversation. In coaching, you have to be collaborative and use two-way conversation. Don't be dictatorial and one-way conversations, because the team won't be self-sufficient anymore. I mean, they won't want to resolve the problems by their own, and if you fail to motivate them to be performant. So two-way conversational coach, don't be dictatorial, because it's not good. You have to seek for your employers to think for themselves. That's the reason to coach them, so then they don't have to ask you over and over. This is what means self-sufficiently. You have to stimulate their thinking, not for them to ask you and you make everything. So when you have a problem, the language of solutions is much better than the language of problem dwelling. It's the difference between sounding thoughtful and constructive, between this and sounding like a whiner. And people cooperate because they trust you. Trust comes from how you interact with them. So collaborate in your interactions and you gain respect. If you are competitive, you build adversaries. And sometimes people cooperate because they expect you do the same. If they help you, you will help them. and some equivalent fashion when they need it. Start with a smile in your voice. This is how you should always start a conversation at phone or anywhere else. You can also look in the mirror for your hand gestures. So, sounding upbeat with some life in your voice is much better rather than sounding monotone or dull. Use a friendly greeting. Start with a warm and friendly greeting like hello, this is Alin Vlad, how are you today, good morning. This shows enthusiasm and sets a positive tone. Keep your energy level upbeat and not overly enthusiastic to the point of sounding forced. A balanced, positive energy helps convey confidence and approachability. Incorporate positive words like great, happy, or pleasure early in the conversation. For example, it's great to hear from you, I'm happy to assist you today. A relaxed posture can translate to a relaxed and pleasant voice. Sit comfortably, keep your shoulders down, and breathe deeply before you speak. You can't buy credibility, it can only be earned. So, credibility means having others find you believable, trustworthy, and deserving of respect. Being passionate. So, you don't have to be highly expressive to be passionate. In your own style, permit your passion to come forth. Passion is about having interest and enthusiasm for what you do or what you say about it. It puts emotion in your message. Also, I drink coffee to get more enthusiasm, so communicating without emotion causes you to come across as blunt and lifeless. And that doesn't engage anyone's attention to listen to you. And out of control emotion, on the other hand, can turn people off. So allow yourself to be emotional enough to provide conviction, but not overly emotional to lose credibility. That's passion. Show sincerity. Nothing damages credibility faster than a lack of sincerity. Arrogance, manipulation, and dishonesty convince people to see the worst in your actions and not to trust your words. And flexibility. It's very important. Not everyone you interact with is the same. However, being direct, positive, and confident and willing to listen is a good place to start with everyone. From there, you can adjust to the individual after you get to know the person. For example, with some people, the less you say, the better. With others, you have to be firm to be taken seriously. And with still others, you have to be patient in order to work effectively with them. So, thank you for this short advanced communication course by me. I am Alin Vlad. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and LinkedIn. So, thank you and have a nice day.